In this video, we're going to build this next level Power BI card visual together completely from scratch. So you'll know exactly how to create UX UI design cards in your next Power BI report. Let's jump in. This is part 4, the project phase of this free 4-part new card mini course. Now, if you haven't watched parts 1 through 3 yet, make sure to check those out. I've linked them in the description of this video. If you'd like to follow along with me step by step, I have a link in the description where you can download this Power BI report right here. This report will already have the dataset preloaded and the measures that we'll be using. Now, when you open it up, there's a few layers that I've already dragged on here for you. We have the simple shape, which is just a rounded rectangle, and we can see it as a 5% radius. Next, I dragged on this blank card visual. And then lastly, we have these 3 simple drop-down slicers here at the top, where I've already dragged in the dimension fields. Within the manager one, I set the slicer settings to drop down with a single select. All right, let's jump in and start building out our card visual. First thing we're going to do is open up data, and then under measures, we're going to open up gross sales and find the gross sales measure. Once you find it, you're going to click on your card visual, and we're going to add it to the card. Let's go to Format Your Visual, Call Out. We're going to leave the Apply Settings to As All. Let's go to Layout. We're going to leave it at a middle vertical alignment. For padding, we want it 0 pixels around all 4 sides. For value, we're going to switch it to Sago UI Bold. We're going to go with a 15. For the color, we're going to go with hex code of 333333. We'll leave the horizontal alignment as left. Now we'll open up Label. Change the font to Sago UI with an 11 size. For the color, we'll go with 333333. We'll leave the position as top. And for the horizontal gap, we'll go with a 3. Now let's turn image on and open it up. Now we're just adjusting the settings for all cards, so we're not going to load an actual image just yet. But we're going to set up the defaults here. So under position, we're going to go right of text, top vertical alignment. Horizontal gap is going to be 0. Image area size is going to be 20%. And we're leaving the image fit as fit. Let's keep scrolling down and make sure your background is off. Now let's scroll all the way back to the top of our callout category section. And we're going to switch it now to gross sales. We're going to scroll down and change display units to none. Now we'll scroll down further to where it says image. And you're going to upload the gross sales SVG image that was included in the download. Let's scroll up to the top and close callout. Now let's open up reference labels. We're going to drag in 3 measures into our reference labels here. The first one is called gross sales average month total. The second one is gross sales percent to average text symbol. Make sure you drag that right below the first one. And the last one will be under the other folder, and it's called period and view. So drag that last. Let's make this pane a little bigger so we can see what we're working with. Now under select label, we're going to switch this to gross sales percent to average text symbol. And then we're going to scroll down and turn detail on, open it up, and we're going to drag in gross sales percent to average month. So now we need to go back to the top and switch it to all so we can set up our default settings. It's important to do this in case you're going to add multiple cards to a card visual. It saves you time. Let's open up title. We're going to change the font to Sago UI Light. For the size, we'll go with 10. The color will be our black, so 333333. Next, we'll open up value. We're going to change value to Sago UI semi-bold. Change the font size to 10, same color black, then turn detail on, open it up. Change detail to Sago UI semi-bold. We're going to go with 10. We'll change the color to our default black. Now let's scroll back up and switch Apply Settings to under our reference labels to gross sales. Scroll down and then go to Select Label. We're going to select our first reference label, so gross sales average month total. Then open up title. We're going to change our title source to custom. Clear out the text, and then you're going to type in average : and notice how I have this bullet. If you want to use the same bullet, go to the page called bullet and you can simply copy that unit character right into your card visual. Let's keep scrolling down, open up value. We're going to change display units to none and we're going to turn off detail. Now let's scroll back up and switch our reference label to gross sales percent average text symbol. Then under title, we'll do the same thing. We're going to go at custom. And this one, we're going to type in percent to average with our bullet point at the beginning. For detail, we'll turn that one off as well. Now for the value, we're going to change it to this green color of 328670. We're doing this because this is the only character within this measure that is affected by an actual color. So if we look at the measure here, you can see that this symbol and this symbol are emojis. They're not going to change color. However, this check mark is affected by color. And it's only going to show up in our reference label here if the conditional formatting is true. So therefore, we can change it to the color green. Now let's scroll back up and switch to our last title, period and view. We're going to change the title source to custom. For the text, we're only going to put in our bullet. Let's scroll down to value. We're going to change the value to Sago UI Light, and then we're going to turn off detail. All right, so our reference labels are all set. Now let's go ahead and switch our label to gross sales percent to average text symbol. Then scroll down, turn detail on, and then open it up. For display units, we're going to go with a none. Now we're going to add some conditional formatting to this detail here. We'll start with the color of the text first. So let's click on this FX. And then under format style, we're going to go with rules. And then under our measures, we're going to select gross sales percent to average month. We're going to add 2 new rules. So we have 3 in total. We're going to change this to 0.4, change this to 0.4, change this to 0.99, this to 0.99, and this will be greater or equal to max. Now to save you time, you can simply copy and paste these hex codes into the conditional formatting boxes that we're about to review right now. You'll find this on the page called hex codes. The first row, we're going to change that color to this red. Middle row, we're going to change to this yellow. And then the last row, we're going to change to this dark green and click OK. Now let's add conditional formatting to the background color. We're going to click on FX. And we're going to do the exact same thing in terms of the logic. We'll select gross sales percent average month. We're going to set up the exact same rules, but because this is our background, we need to make the color light. So we'll go with this light shade of red and this light shade of yellow, and then this light shade of green. And we'll click OK. All right, so our reference labels are all done. Let's switch this back to all, close that. And now we're going to open up reference labels layout. Leave cards under all. Under layout, we're going to go with a vertical list style with a left horizontal alignment and a middle vertical alignment. Make sure background is on, then open up shape, set the corner radius to 10. Open up padding, and we'll go with a 0 pixels around all 4 sides. Open up gap, change the vertical gap to 0. Let's open up background, and we're going to go with this color E6, E6, E6 with a 50% transparency. We can now close reference labels layout, and we're going to open up image. We're going to change cards to gross sales, turn image on, and then open it up. Under image source, we're going to go select from data. We're going to open up the region table and drag in manager URL. We'll leave the image size as fit, and we'll touch this up a little bit. So let's open up image effects. We're going to up the contrast 15%, and we'll up the saturation 10%. Now let's close our image, open up cards. We're going to leave apply settings to all, and open up layout. We're going to switch our arrangement to horizontal. For the order, we're going to go with image, callout, reference label. For the callout size, we're going to go with 75%. And we're going to switch this to a collage view by selecting default under collage. Next, we're going to open up padding and then turn on individual padding. For the left, we're going to go with 15. For the top, we're going to go with 5. For the right, we're going to go with 0. For the bottom, we're going to go with 5. We're going to turn border off, divider off, background off. And then the last three should already be off. All right, now let's scroll up, close up our cards. Now we're going to add a secondary card to our card visual. This one's going to be net profit. So open up your net profit measure folder, drag in net profit. We'll go to format your visual and start with callout. We're going to switch to net profit. Under value, we're going to change display units to none. We're going to open up image and we're going to upload the image called net profit SVG. We can close callout now, then open up reference labels, and we're going to switch to net profit. Make this a little bigger. We're going to drag in net profit goal, net profit percent to goal text symbol under that, and then period in view under that. We'll change our select label to net profit percent to goal text symbol, open up detail, and we're going to drag in net profit percent to goal. All right, now let's go to our select label and work our way down. First, we'll select net profit goal, open up title. We're going to change it to custom, and we're going to type in goal with our bullet point starting out. Let's scroll down and turn detail off, open up value. For display units, we'll go with none. All right, let's scroll up and go to our second label, net profit percent to goal text symbol. Let's switch the title to custom. We're going to title this percent to goal. Scroll down to value. Do the same thing we did with gross sales, where we're going to change the color when it's a checkbox to the hex code of 328670. And this one does have details, so we're going to apply the exact same conditional formatting that we did before. We'll click on FX. We're going to look for net profit percent to goal, and then we're going to set up our conditional formatting. I'll do that right now. All right, so that is all set. And just a reminder, you can paste in that red, yellow, and green hex code by going over to your hex code page and just pasting those hex code values right in. All right, now let's open up reference labels again. And this time we'll set up our background conditional formatting. Let's click FX, find net profit percent to goal, and apply that same conditional formatting again. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, so once you've done that, click OK. And again, I just copied and pasted these background hex codes into those boxes. All right, so the last thing we need to do under reference labels is switch our label to period in view, turn detail off, open up title, change it to custom. We're only going to add that unit character to our bullet. Then under value, we're going to change the font to Sago UI Light. So the next thing we need to do is open up image, and we need to switch it to net profit. We're going to turn image on, but we're going to leave it blank. We just wanted image on, so the exact same collage arrangement would display for net profit as well. All right, so the next step here is to open up multi-card layout now that our two cards are complete, and we're going to leave the style as tiles. Arrangement will stay as horizontal. We have two columns. We're going to open up padding. For the left, we're going to go with 10. Top will be 0. Right will be 10. And bottom will be 0. For the gap, we're going to go with a 10 pixel. And everything else should be off. Now let's scroll up. Go to add data to your visual. In the search, you're going to type CAT. And you're going to drag in the category field that lives within the product dimension table. So drag it right under categories. Then go to format your visual. And we're going to start with category header. Under categories, we're going to leave it as all. For the layout, we'll leave it as left. Open up padding. We're going to go with a 20 on the left-hand side. Top will be 0. The bottom and the right will also be 0. Open up title. You're going to change the color to white. We're going to go with a Sago UI semi-bold and a font size of 12. For the orientation, we're going to stick with horizontal. We're going to middle align it horizontally and also middle align it vertically. For the background, we're going to leave it on, but we're going to change the color to our default black. And I could say I made one small mistake. We're going to scroll back up, and on the right-hand side, make the padding 20 pixels as well. So now we can see those titles have room on both sides. All right, scroll back up to the top and now change your category to coffee. Under background, we're going to turn on Add Image, and you're going to upload the image called Coffee PNG. Once you've done that, you're going to change your image size to fill, and then turn on Image Effects, lower the exposure by typing a -50%. Now let's scroll up and change our category to T. We'll do the same thing here, except we're going to add the image T PNG. We'll turn image on, find it, change our image size to fit, image effects, lower the exposure, -50%. Now let's close category header. We're going to open up multi-category layout. Under categories, we'll leave it as all. Open up layout. We're going to change it from table to tiles. We'll leave it as a vertical arrangement with 2 rows. Open up shape. We'll change the shape corner radius to 10 pixels. Open up gap. We're going to change the gap to 20 pixels. Open up border. We're going to go with this color E6, E6, E6. So this light gray. And we'll leave it as a solid line, 1 pixel width. All right, let's close multi-category layout. Now go to general. Under properties, open up padding. The left side, we're going to make 20. Top will be 0. Right side will be 20. And then the bottom will be 0. Now let's open up effects. Turn background off. Visual border on. Open it up. Change the color to E6, E6, E6. We'll do a 25 pixel rounded radius. 1 pixel for the width. Let's turn shadow on. Open that up. We'll go with that same E6, E6, E6. Outside, bottom right. And click out and take a look. All right, I want you to take a close look at this card visual and tell me, what would you adjust? What looks just a little off right now? So what needs to be adjusted right now is the padding of our reference labels at the bottom. So I'm going to click on card visual, go to format your visual, reference labels layout, and then open up padding. We're going to change the bottom padding to 10 pixels. And now we look a lot better here. We can see we have that white space around our reference label boxes. Let's test this out. And we can see that our card visual is working great. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to support the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification button. Now, AI can already do a lot in Power BI right now. It can crunch numbers, generate visuals, it can even write executive summaries with just a simple prompt. But it cannot design reports that people love to use. That's where UX/UI comes in. That's exactly what I teach in my course, 14 Days to Mastering Power BI UX/UI Design. In just 2 weeks, you're going to learn how to plan, design, and build polished, professional Power BI reports that your users will actually enjoy using. When you enroll in this program, you get lifetime access to this one-of-a-kind self-paced program. You get my best-selling Udemy course completely for free. You get all of my downloadable demo files from my YouTube videos. You get my colorblind friendly themes. You get additional resources such as my next level Power BI UX/UI 10-step process cheat sheet. You'll receive a certificate of completion once finished that you can post on your resume or social media. You get access to the next level Power BI private community where you can ask questions, share tips, network. You even get access to my exclusive affiliate program where you can earn money promoting a course that changes lives. If you'd like to learn more, simply click the link in the description of this channel and start creating next level Power BI reports that AI can't replace.